Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Welcome to the city of Riyadh for day one, the GCL Super Cup quarterfinals of the GC playoffs. My name is Mark Lewis. This is GC TV. And as the sun began to set over the financial district here in Riyadh, we now officially have all of our semi-final teams. The top four from the season will join the 8 best teams from today. And the Shanghai Swans, we spoke to Tess Carmichael earlier on tonight, owner of the Shanghai Swans, and she spoke about a strong lineup. She spoke about the importance to start really well, and they were the only team to jump a clean sheet. 3 consecutive clears for the Shanghai Swans, and if I'm not mistaken, Frederick de Backer can back me up on this. I don't believe there has ever been a clean sheet in a GCL Super Cup quarterfinal. I will ask him that question later on tonight. Let's show you then as to how it ends today at the end of the quarterfinal. We talk about the Swans in first place. They go on to essentially win the quarterfinal and now will be the 5th team to go in tomorrow's semi-final. But this is how the rest of the teams shape up. Rome Gladiators, powered by ClipMyHorse.tv. Once again, Kyle, Tim being outstanding for the team. Falcons Riyadh United looking very good. Mexico, amigos, one of the surprises of the night. And talk about surprises, Francesco Tuturiello, my goodness, a clear there for him. The Istanbul Warriors, they find themselves in the semi-final. Another good performance from them. We spoke about this, 12 penalties is enough to get into that following round. The Prague Lions, well, they might not be too happy with the 16. They'll get a relatively early start tomorrow, but they are in the semi-final, and that is what matters. Heartbreak for Madrid in motion, who see themselves with an elimination for Manuel Fernandez Saro. Good to see both him and the horse getting out of what seemed to be an uncomfortable moment on the opening fence. And despite a clear from Michael van der Vleuten and Eduardo Alvarez Asna jumping 4, it was nothing more than some warm-up for the week to follow. Madrid in motion are eliminated from the GCL Super Cup quarter-final, and Monaco Aces, powered by Lion of Porches, are eliminated. They are the 2 teams that will play no further part in the GCL Super Cup. Monaco Aces and Madrid in motion, they are out. But there are still 8 teams that have made their way through. These are the teams that are now in the GCL Super Cup semi-final. Yes. You might well hear a voice coming up in a few moments' time. Francesco, there's your mark there. I'll put you right over there. Grazie. The 8 teams that have now qualified for the GCL Super Cup semi-finals, they will join the top 4 teams of the season tomorrow, and they will be jumping for a spot in the big final. We mentioned one of the major performances of the day. One of the standout rounds of the day belongs to this man, as the Mexico Amigos and Francesco Tuturiello put together an outstanding clear. Francesco, bravo, what a fantastic performance. How do you feel?
Grazie mille. Thank you so much.
Feeling good?
I feel very good. Actually, it's a very big surprise. I was not in the plan to jump this important class. Yep. It's her first time and looks so easy. I don't know, I had so many, I was struggling a little bit with my head. I said, well, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then she did wow, she did an amazing round. Can I just say thank you to Family Tegnested?
Please, absolutely.
To the owner, Family Tegnested, and to Massimo Bordi that gave me the chance to participate in the Global.
That is beautiful.
I'm so happy to be here.
Francesco, what do you think? Why did this happen today? You say it's a surprise. Maybe it's a surprise to many people. What happened? How did it come so perfect?
I don't know. She has a wonderful mentality, and everything that she does with very easy, very simple, and she's a fighter. She wants to do everything for the rider, and that's make me very, very comfortable on the course. And then yeah, we had a nice round. Yes.
What do you think about the rest of your teammates? Giacomo doing really, really well. Emanuele jumping well too. What was the team talking about before tonight? What was the conversation?
I said, guys, before this, I said, guys, I'm sorry if I will not be really good, but they were really pushing me and say, hey, don't worry, just. And then, okay, when you ride with Emanuele and Giacomo, they are two super amazing riders, and I feel really safety, and they really support me, and I want to say thank you to them. And now we are in the semi-final.
So if you tell me this is a surprise, maybe you didn't plan for a semi-final. No. Now you have the opportunity.
Yes.
Have you talked about tomorrow, or it's too early?
No, we say, no, we was there, now we was just talking about it, say, now we are in the semi-final, let's keep fighting.
Absolutely.
I don't know, maybe from this story, it can arrive something very important, you never know.
What did you think of the course today? There was a lot of talk in the course walk, very big. The oxes are very wide, all of the doubles. It looked very challenging, and you jumped clear, which is amazing. But when you walked it, what were you thinking about when you were walking the course?
Okay, the class was important class. You can see that was important class. But I think was fair. You didn't feel that the horses struggling the combination. The combination was really fair. You can ride the class starting with a really long line between number 1 and 2, so you can make the horses in the right in front of you in the right way, and yeah. But this is just because I had a good feeling, I had a good round. That's it.
Well, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. A surprise for you, a surprise for many.
I hope so.
Congratulations, it was an outstanding round. Well done.
We'll see you.
Grazie and bravo. We'll see you tomorrow.
Grazie.
Mexico amigos are through to the GCL Super Cup semi-final. An outstanding performance from Francesco, but from the rest of the team as well. As he said, from Giacomo, from Emanuele as well. They were outstanding. And now they have to have some very important meetings. They need to talk about tomorrow's semi-final. There are other teams that find themselves in that semi-final. The likes of the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian Team. We caught up with FECI to get some reaction from the team owner as to how he feels about this wonderful performance, I beg your pardon, getting into the semi-finals.
I don't know whether it's easier to watch or to compete, but that was tense.
Yeah, I always prefer to compete than watching. That's very difficult to watch, yeah.
You must be really proud of the team there, but particularly Abdel coming in and doing that clear.
Yeah, all three, they did the best. Okay, there's a couple unlucky fault, but they rode amazing. There is no riding mistake. It can always happen, so I'm proud of all of them.
Were you nervous coming into this round? Because before the break, we saw quite a few teams having some issues.
Yeah, because it's okay for the first day, but it's still tough enough. All the verticals, I can say, looks like 160, quite technical. So they are a bit exciting for us to watch, but they did all good. They did the plan that we walk in.
Well, straight into the semi-finals for you. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much.
The Istanbul Warriors find themselves now in the GCL Super Cup semi-finals. Understandably, FECI is very happy with that performance. They get themselves in that semi-final. They find themselves in the next round, and they will be very happy to be there. Andreas Skau, Olivier Robert, and Abdel Said jumping for 12 penalties. It is enough to get them one night further into this competition. Falcons Zwart United find themselves in the GCL Super Cup semis as well. Edwina Tops Alexander getting an 8. Marcus Eining and Gilles Thomas jumping clears. We caught up with teammate Oliver Lazarus to get some thoughts on making it through to the next round.
Ready? Oliver, what a fantastic 3 rounds there, particularly those last 2 clears.
Geez, it was amazing to watch. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to have to do much work this week. I'm on holiday, so no, it was magic. 3 great riders, 3 great horses, and they're doing the job.
Edwina and Fellow, just a couple of unlucky ones early on there.
Yeah, I think it's early on in the week. It's nice. We've got a long week ahead, so she had 2 down. The week very well.
Jill's been such an asset to the team all season, but Luna looked on fire today.
He's an amazing jockey. Like, I think a lot of people said he's probably one of the best young riders in the world, and he's got a wealth of experience now. Last year, this year, the Olympic Games, so he's had a cracking year. The mare's on fire, so no, we're looking in a good place.
How much hope is there that the team could go all the way this year?
there's always that big hope. You know, we're an old favorite team. It's full of great riders, great horses. So there's always that expectation. Yeah. So let's see.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm a hard worker. It's good.
Oliver Lazarus having a word with Rosie, getting some reaction from Falcons United making it into the GCL Super Cup semi-final. But the night belongs to the Shanghai Swans. We spoke to Tess Carmichael earlier on tonight, and she spoke to us about the importance of starting strong. She also spoke to us about the super strength that the Shanghai Swans team possesses here this week. Joined by Daniel Doyser, joined by Ben Mayer. Gentlemen, congratulations. Daniel, what an incredible performance. What a statement in an opening round to perform like that as a team.
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, we had big expectations here. We came with a very strong team. That it finally works out like we planned makes us very happy for tonight.
Ben, everyone may talk about Canstars or talk about Riesenbeck, but the reality is that on paper, there's probably no team in the world that can defeat what the Shanghai Swans are putting up this week. Is there that feeling, that belief, that true realization that this is the unit that can deliver a Super Cup?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we showed tonight we have a good start, like Daniel said. Through the season, we didn't jump many times together with these horses, so we really came this week with the experienced horses, and hopefully we put it all together going through the week.
We have Christian floating around here. We know Max is a Super Grand Prix as well. What has the conversation been like with planning perspective? Who comes in when? What is it going to look like going forward for the Swans?
I think, well, we had a pretty clear plan before we come. I believe that Christian will come in tomorrow, and myself and Daniel will ride the same two horses.
Daniel, when you come and perform like this, if they weren't already, everyone tomorrow says, wow, Shanghai Swans are a team to look at. What's the conversation like tonight? How do you take this and then translate it into a semi-final repeat?
First of all, I'm going to go with a secure feeling into tomorrow due to the fact that my horse jumped very well today. 4 other teams didn't jump at all today. That means they are not 100% sure how their horses react on an arena like that. Other than that, to be honest, it basically starts on 0 again tomorrow. Only 50% of the teams go through to Saturday. So actually, we don't really have an advantage from winning today, and we just have to concentrate and, like I said, go, of course, with a good feeling because the horses performed well today, but it starts on 0, and we have to show it again tomorrow.
Ben, the score sheet says quite simple, but talk to us about how that felt today. There was a lot of talk about those oxes being so wide, the amount of doubles lined up. How did you walk it? How did it feel when you were preparing for it?
I thought the course was fair today. Wasn't over technical. Time allowed wasn't too tight. Nice start. As Daniel said, I think in these scenarios it can be an advantage to jump the first day. The horses build confidence as we go. Certainly for my horse, he was a little bit looking around when I went into the ring today. The light is good here, but not super bright, casting a few shadows. So I think that probably caused some horses a little bit of problems this evening, but the course was fair, but we expect for sure more technical lines tomorrow.
I see your teammate has just joined you. Welcome. Max, we're covering how good this performance was from the Swans, how dangerous a lineup this looks like. Let me ask you the same question then. This looks like a team that is a very, very difficult unit to beat. How do you feel as the Shanghai Swans jump triple clear here tonight?
Yeah, it's a good start for sure, but we know that a lot can happen always, and even we have the best riders in the world and some of the best horses. A lot of things can happen, but we will go for it and we will try it.
In a difficult season, Max, where maybe things didn't work out for the team, what do you think was the difference that everything seemed to click here tonight?
Okay, playoffs is always something special, and also for us, of course, something special where we want to show off, where we want to be good, and I think we put all our strengths together with the best horses what we have, and now we will try.
Very good performance tonight, lovely performance, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Daniel, Ben, Max, thank you very much. Enjoy, get some rest. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Shanghai Swans, winners of the quarterfinal tonight, put in the best performance of the night, a triple clear from those 3 men. And need I remind you that Christian Ahlmann is still hanging around. He is still in the lineup and can still be changed in when they see fit. Christian Ellman in the wings, Daniel Deusser, Ben Mayer, Max Kuhner. What a lineup for the Shanghai Swans. Let's show you the teams then that have qualified. Let's not forget as well, by the way, that the top 4 teams from the championship will now come and enter the conversation from tomorrow. These are the top 4 that make their way into the semi-final. These top 4 teams will now join the best These top 4 teams will now join the best 8 from today and make up tomorrow's GCL Super Cup semi-finals. Only 2 teams not making their way in today. The Monaco Aces and Madrid in Motion, I'm afraid, not progressing. But there have been some really outstanding performances from the Mexico Amigos. That has to be a standout. Swans a standout. Prague a bit of a wobble. Rosie, you were catching up with some of the team members in Kiss and Cry. I imagine some mixed reaction. What stood out for you there tonight?
Yeah, I have to say it really was mixed reactions tonight, but what stood out for me was Rome Gladiators and Nick Skelton afterwards.
Tim.
I mean, come on.
Again, Kyle Tim, unbelievable.
It's like he can do no wrong, that man. It's extraordinary. I heard Frederick, you say in commentary, he's going to do another clear. I can't believe it. But Nick said at the end of it, they are here to win. And I know a lot of teams say that we're here to win, but they really mean it. And coming from Nick Skelton, you know, I think they've got a real plan there, Mark.
Frederick, big storylines that stood out for you. There's the obvious Swans. The Mexico is really outstanding. Maybe outside of those, what for you was a talking point tonight?
Yeah, of course, Madrid in Motion. The talisman value of Aznar has devaluated. It's not a talisman anymore. Prague Lions qualified for the semi-final. No problems there. But they're very early to go tomorrow. It's not an ideal situation because tonight we had only 2 teams dropped out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 6 teams drop out. The later you go in, the so much better that it is. And they're so early to go. So it does feel a little bit like they wasted a good opportunity, if I'm fair. That's something that stands out for me. And then, of course, Rome Gladiators, Mexico Amigos. I mean, Francesco Turturiello.
Wow.
I mean,
there's
no alcohol in
right?
Saudi, but he was uncorking the champagne or the soda water already from the saddle. It was, what a performance from him. He was really, I think the horse surprised him more than it surprised us.
We had him in the studio a few moments ago, and he openly admitted that none of them were expecting this at all. They haven't even discussed the semi-final, he said. So I think they really came here to make the most of a quarter, and all of a sudden they find themselves one day away from jumping a GCL Super Cup final, which is a remarkable story. Frederick, you called the action throughout the night. You walked the course as well. You spoke to us about the handful of doubles, these 1.90 meter wide oxes. It's meant to be big, it's meant to be intimidating. We had a Super Cup. From what you walked and what you called, do you feel that it played out for the teams? Did they read it well?
If I say yes, that means that I called it right. So that's a little bit difficult. But if you look at the spread of faults, the double combination at the end, no faults at the triple, nearly no faults at the oxer here by the in-gate. Not too many faults at the Liverpool vertical, many faults at the front rail coming out of the combination, no faults at the ox on the short side, no faults at all here in the long line, but many faults here on the plank, 2 strides, on the front rail of the oxer, on the skinny oxer in front. So there's not that much spread. There's also a lot of clears, you have to say. I mean, I don't think we ever had a quarterfinal with so many clears. So it was indeed those lines with the combinations. And of course, everybody saw the long 6 into the combination or the 5 or 6 into the last combination. That was clear, and I was actually surprised to see so many combinations do 6 into the final double. What I didn't register for myself, shame on me, is how difficult it was to make that turn after the oxer, the tight turn into the Global Champions League combination, which slowed the, I'm still in my commentary mode. Slowed a lot of horses down. Then they jumped the vertical carefully, and then you really had to ride for that oxer. And it's if you see the combination itself, you can build it in this fence and ride in this arena, ride at it 1,000,000 times. You will not have it down, but just because of that corner before it, that turn before it, completely breaks the rhythm. That was so well done, so smartly positioned there from Vezzani.
Rosie, what's really exciting is that we have the teams that look incredibly good tonight. We have the Shanghai Swans going through. We have really strong performances, but tomorrow is the introduction of quite literally the best teams of the year. Remind us as to how that works, who comes in tomorrow, who are we going to see add to this list tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, we've got those top 4 teams, and if you really look at it, Cannes Stars, powered by Iron Dames, they have done no wrong this season. They have been incredible. So we may have looked at the Shanghai Swans. Okay, they went triple clear today. You've got Volkensvaard United. Okay, Edwina was unlucky with those 2 right at the beginning. I think Fellow needed a bit of a warm-up actually going into that one today. Gilles Thomas was incredible. I thought Luna was actually on fire today, really energetic today, which was lovely to see. But it's mixing it up tomorrow, because these teams that may be looking great today, they are going to be faced by the top 4 of the championship tomorrow.
Yeah, we will definitely start taking some time overnight before we get back tomorrow to start taking a look at what that semi-final will look like. We'll provide you with some numbers, I beg your pardon, some scenarios, and also look back on day 1 of Riyadh and maybe try and do some introspective thinking of just how different a day this was. Or was it? That's the question from a GC playoff perspective. 8 qualified teams from tonight join the top 4. This is the start list, by the way. When you join us tomorrow for the GCL Super Cup semi-final, this is how the teams will come out. We know that the Shanghai Swans will be 5th to go, because they will then find themselves as the team who then is just outside the top 4. Doha Falcons, Stockholm Hearts, Razorback and Cannes Stars join the conversation. As Fredrik pointed out, an early start for the Vikings. It feels as if they've struggled all season long, and tomorrow should be a tough call as well. New York Empire, after some difficult stats of getting out of quarterfinals, finally do make it into the semi-final. If I'm not mistaken, only their 2nd time in GCL Super Cup history. Prague Lions, far, far earlier than Anna Kelnarova would have liked. Mexico, the big surprise. Volkensvaard in form. If Edwina cleans house, all of a sudden then you're looking at a really dangerous unit. That is the start list for the GCL Super Cup semi-finals. We will say goodnight and thank you very much. Thanks. We take a break, we get some rest, and we'll see you for day 2 here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We see you here in the beautiful city of Riyadh for the GCL Super Cup semis. That's tomorrow night live here on GCTV.
Is an attitude. Longines. Is an attitude. Longines.